Hey everyone, welcome to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, so grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, paint along with me. Let's rid our world of unpainted models. Today I'm going to continue working on some primaris marines. Now I'm all done, the ones from the past. They're all done, they're all painted, based, looking good. So today I'm going to work on my Inceptor squad, and maybe the Inceptor squad. I've heard their names. The Jump Back guys. Inceptor squad, I'm pretty sure. Work on them, get some shading done, and then I'll continue on the process with them. I'm going to leave my captain for next week. I'm going to continue working on him, but I'm thinking I'm going to take my time on him and do a slightly better job than I work on the other guys, just because he's the captain. Might as well. And my banner. I don't really think I'm going to use the Ancient that often. We'll see. You know, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have room for my list right now, 1,500 points, but I'll talk about that later. So, let's get painting. Let's get started. Adam, you missed a spot. Yes. Hey everyone, so, time to start working. Keep working on these Inceptor squad guys. I'm just going to keep working on the shading. As with my previous guys, I'm going to do some pretty heavy shading using soft body black from Secret Weapon, because I want just these really guys just to really pop on battle reports. So I'm just going to take some soft body black and put it into all the crevices. At this point I've already done the yellows, and then hit them with a satin varnish, just give them some nice surface tension and to protect the base coat, you know. So yeah, not a whole lot has happened this week. It's been a pretty, well actually, it's been a pretty good week. I went to a Bare Naked Ladies concert. I've filmed a little bit, it'll be in my vlogs. This month has been a good month so far. I've been able to get back to producing a lot of content. I haven't put anything in the warp this month, other than, you know, when I finally announced the warp is over. So, and I apologize to the subscribers of the warp, but there's no real point, because the warp is being closed in a few weeks. So, yeah. There we go. I can always correct it later if I overshade. Yeah, it's been a busy week. It's been a busy month. Halloween's coming up, of course. I have to find out if I'm switching locations for my job. I have to find out if the new location does dressing up for Halloween. I don't think they do. But if they don't, oops. Yeah, Halloween's coming up, which means right now it's all horror movies and stuff. I haven't watched any this year. I know Jigsaw comes out this weekend. I don't think I'm going to go see it, to be honest. Saw movies I thought were well overdone. You know, they were definitely produced to death, especially as, you know, Jigsaw. Each one starts to make a little less and less sense. So, but we'll see. This fall has been a bummer at the box office, because there's nothing really been to watch a lot. You know, I think It did really well, and then besides that, I don't think most movies have done well at all. And I think it's getting to the point now. It's because the market is just super saturated with reboots and sequels. Now, obviously, Star Wars is coming out, and that will do well. I don't think it's expected to do as well as The Force Awakens. But we'll see. Yeah, it's been such a weird year at the box office, as I said, because there's not been that much originality. Soon the Oscar movies are going to start popping up, which My girlfriend loves to watch Oscar movies. You know that genre? Based on a true story about a person who recently died and had to overcome adversity. Played by the same 5 actors. Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, that's okay. That's her niche. I took her to a couple superhero films. I thought they were a little more fun. You know, so like last year we went and saw Lion. What have we seen together? We saw Fences. La La Land. You know, I took her to Doctor Strange. A little bit of a difference. Yeah. This is good. I see a lot of the college students. I live near a college in Peterborough, and the college is currently on strike. All the big major colleges in Ontario, I'm pretty sure, are on strike right now. And yeah, you know what? It sucks they're on strike, but they feel that they need to go on strike, and it's because they're trying to increase the number of actual permanent contracts. Too many people are stuck in these temporary contracts that can't keep good employees. You know, so that's interesting stuff. What else? Oh, I put up my vlog yesterday. It'll probably be put up tonight. But my vlog, I thought this was really funny. My vlog got flagged. Um, YouTube is really cracking down, apparently, and their algorithms are stupid. But they're trying to crack down on inappropriate videos and for ad purposes. And I understand that, I guess. And one of my vlog, which you guys know me, I'm not offensive pretty much in any way at all. You know, in this vlog, I went for a hike. It wasn't a very controversial video, and it got flagged for inappropriate content and demonetized. So I had to challenge it. I was like, really? That doesn't make any sense. Why? What? So apparently, you guys know what? I'm way too offensive. Maybe I said "oh fart" or something. I don't know. But I really don't swear in my videos, or really do anything offensive in my videos. Maybe it's offensive how I play some of my armies. I don't know, or paint. I have no idea. But I thought that was really funny. So, I'm sorry, people. I'm going to try not to be so offensive in my vlogs, you know. That was funny. Look at these guys. I love them. I'm trying to get these. I'm trying to build a Primaris list for a battle report. To be honest, it's been really hard getting all my Primaris Marines into a 1,500 point list, even though there's only like 22 models, because I just don't feel that they're not strong enough against armor. These guys will be really good against hordes. These guys, because they have 18 shots from, I think, 18 inches away, which is pretty good because you can just fly them wherever you want them, and they should be able to shoot stuff. So these guys will be pretty good against hordes, and I think that'll be a key for one thing. And then I just got to put in my anti-armor surroundings from them, like like a Devastator squad or a Devastator Centurion squad or something like that. So I have extra wash right now, so I might as well just keep going with the wash. I know I'm going to work on this captain in the future. This will be my next week's project, I'm guessing. And then after that will be my the primaris ancient, and then I'm done my primaris marines. So this rate, because I'm trying to paint about an hour a day, I haven't gotten as much done this week with painting because I said I went to a concert, which was awesome. I've always wanted to see the Bare Naked Ladies. They're really kind of the epitome of Canadian. You know, they're long past their prime, but they still put on a good show. And they were a lot of fun. And no word of a lie, the guy in front of me at the concert, you know, you always, with my luck, you get the tallest person in the building. I think I had that person at the concert. The guy in front of me had to have been at least 7 feet tall. No exaggeration. I'm 6'3". There's a really heavy gradient. And even with the gradient, he was standing in front of me and was still significantly taller than me. So, that was pretty funny. There was no seat beside me, so I just shifted and it was all good. Yeah. And obviously, Bare Naked Ladies are from Scarborough, which isn't that far from. They're from Toronto, basically, and that's not too far from Peterborough. So they already knew the area, and they talked about Peterborough, and it was cool. I've been to so many concerts where they just kind of pander to the audience, but it's been fun when they actually know the location because they're not a huge band anymore, but they're still a known band in Canada. And they knew the area, obviously, because they've been to Peterborough so many times. So, yeah, it was really fun. A really good concert. I'm glad I went. I was supposed to go with my girlfriend, but she was sick. I'm getting a little bit of a cold myself, so hopefully I'm okay as well. So, yeah, this guy will be cool. Primaris Captain. He has a cool fist hand thing I gotta remember the rules for. But I'm pretty sure it's just a power fist with a gun attached. That's good. Yeah, these Primaris Marines are cool. I'm going to try them out. I'm excited. I had a battle report last weekend. It was a good game, a really good game. So once again, thank you, Stu, for coming by and playing an awesome game with me. Stu's a great guy to play against. I like playing against. Well, the same with Dave and everything, but I'm fortunate to have a few people like Trevor and Dave and Matt and Stu to play games against. And we had a long talk about battle reports, what I could tweak, and I think a lot of the conversation that we talked about, I'm going to try to include in my future videos. So that's good. The goal is to start improving. I don't want to just keep stagnant with my quality. I am trying to improve it, as you guys can see. I've been incorporating little things into my battle reports slowly but surely. And yeah, so I'm really hoping that I can bring back my stuff. And now obviously, like, just by putting out more videos, this month there's gonna be like 15 probably videos put out, and I can obviously see the views starting to come back because content is starting to come back. Makes sense. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear my girlfriend in the background. That's okay. So yeah, I really want to play. Now it's going to be hard to film battle reports for the next couple of weeks. I'm working a lot of the weekends. But I'll still try to get time in. I have a couple filmed. And now that I'm actually, putting my Patreon funds specifically towards battle reports and Codex reviews, I'm hoping that this will be a good catalyst for my videos. And obviously, once the warp is closed, I'm going to start putting out painting tutorials and, my tabletop quality painting tutorials and my Airbrush 101 series, and you know, it'll be good. Yeah. And I've been getting painting done. I've been actually able to stop and paint a little bit lately, and it feels good to be able to get back to it. Yeah. So that'll be good. As I said, once the Primaris, maybe I'm hoping one day someone will have the Primaris side of the starter set willing to trade for, because I have the Death Guard side that I don't really need. Or maybe I'll just sell it or something and put the funds towards it. If I want more Primaris Marines. Well, the thing is, obviously, then you end up with like 2 Primaris Captains, 4 Primaris Lieutenants, 2 Ancients. I don't think those will really be used in games. 4. You know, the Captains, if you, you know, I could see myself using 2 Captains, 2 Lieutenants. Because if you stack a Lieutenant and a Captain near a deadly squad, like a Devastator squad, or I don't know if it works on a Devastator squad. Let me pause what I'm doing before I talk about this. Now we're at pause. I'm just going to quickly look at the rule. Luckily, I have the rule book right beside me. Is it Primaris Marines or friendly? Let's take a look here. Lieutenants. Primaris Lieutenants. Yeah, this still says friendly units. Friendly chapter units. So, you can put them beside like a Devastator squad. So you put a captain and a lieutenant beside a Devastator squad. They can reroll 1s to hit and to wound, which is pretty successful, you know, especially like with las cannons or something. Or it'll be pretty successful. I think that'll be good. More the Reavers, or the Reavers, the what are they called? Reavers? Maybe the Reavers. That's one thing. The guys with the plasma guns. Because you typically need 3s to hit and 3s to wound. Now in this game now, it's getting harder to wound, because there's no more 2s to wound anymore unless you're shooting like infantry, right? So things are becoming a little bit more, you know, a little survivable in some cases. Not all cases, obviously. Cover, still not a big fan of it. I really want to make a video on it. I just don't want to make it too whiny. Cool. And of course I want to paint this guy's cape. I'm going to take my time with this one. I really want to take my time and just get it looking good. This captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. By Walter Whitman. Terrific. Put the rest back in. And then I'll work on the Primaris Ancient as well after. He's kind of my last priority because I don't really... I'm going to try him out in some battle reports in the future, but he's not really the first model that I want to try out. So... like there's certain ones like the Knob with a Wawbanner is awesome. But like, you know what I mean? The Primaris Ancient isn't terrible or anything. He's just he's a bit of points. And I just gonna drop something, sorry. I'm gonna grab that. And it's cool, like when someone dies near him, they can make another shooting attack, for example. So that's cool. But I just don't have real points just to try him out because he's just kind of +1 leadership is cool too, but especially when it's stacked with like a captain, because then they're all like leadership running around with like high leadership. That'd be good. So now I'm going to take some Mephiston red and start working on the red areas. Which will be good. I'll get these guys to 2 color minimum, maybe 3 color minimum by the end of this video. Technically the shading, but this weekend Eldar comes out, the new codex for Eldar. Now, again, I don't think I'm going to do a codex review. I'm busy. I'm working the whole weekend, so we'll see. But plus, Eldar have been really extensively covered. And that's the thing with the codex reviews. I'm finding that like the rules are all out there by now. So I can do a codex review and it'll get, you know, a teeny tiny fraction of what it once did. And until I get my Patreon really off the ground now, because you know, Warp is kind of dead, it's hard to justify the codex purchase. They're like $70 here, $60 or $70 depending on the codex. So, especially for Eldar, because I don't play Eldar. It's okay. Perfect. This guy will... Yeah, I'm excited to get these guys all done and then work on... I don't know what next. I'll just choose a model. Perfect. I like these guys. As I said, they're a cool model. I don't know how... They're a bit expensive though, but they get a bunch of shots off. But they're, you know, I believe they're like 180 points for a squad of 3 in this exact configuration that comes with the star set, with these 2 guns. Now they get 6 shots each, which is good, so you expect like 4 hits. But against, you know, toughness 4, I think they're strength 4, so against toughness 4 individuals like orcs, you only expect 2 wounds. They probably killed 2 guys, yeah, that's true. So a squad of, you know, 3 guys will kill 6 orc boys from 18 inches away. And then prepare for the fun when the orcs... Well, they may not get into assault, they'd probably have to wah. And you kind of move back and repeat. So, they're an interesting unit. As I said, their movement characteristic is pretty fast, so... 3 guys, you know, just gotta keep them alive. Perfect. Look at that. So there you go. The reds are starting to go on. So I have 2 colors in them. This is good. And then by next week, my goal is to have these guys completely done. By just putting an hour a day, it shouldn't take too long for them because really they're, you know, they're Marines. They're not, and they're a normal colored Marine. They're not like a quartered color Marine. So They're not going to take an extreme amount of time. That's okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, and then I don't think there's any more red areas after this part. I'll do the eyes. That was quite ominous, the way that the furnace just turned on. I liked it. Went to a haunted house thing for charity. Or for, I think it was kind of a charity, kind of it was to raise funds. And it was really funny because I'm not really afraid of those kind of things. And there were just a lot of kids jumping out and yelling boo and screaming. But my girlfriend was. And obviously the kids were instructed to, or just naturally picked up on it. And they followed her around the entire thing, which was pretty funny. So they kind of avoided me and just went after her. So, but it was for her, it was her friend's event. So she was the one who wanted us to go. So it's karma neutral. Maybe a little bit more red. I believe this is the sergeant. Any purity seals on him? Yes, there's one. Always gotta look, because I always forget about purity seals when I'm painting my reds. Good. I'm gonna keep my helmets. I know people said, you know, why am I not doing red helmets? Because I like to just keep them all the same color helmets. It's okay, I can tell which one's the sergeant. I don't think it matters in most cases. Keep Sergeant alive. Yeah. One done. Let's go to number 2. What else? I've been reading a lot of debate lately about should tournaments switch gears and just be for fun, or still be really competitive? Should they censor models? I don't know about these things. The problem is right now the game is really not balanced. And there are like a handful of models that are auto-include, models that will just destroy your opponent. I kind of want to do, for example, I'm gonna, once Stu gets his Death Guard guy, Morty, done, I want to challenge him to a game where it's 1,500 points of Space Marine just versus Morty. And see how long Morty lasts, and or does Morty win? Because I read the rules for him, and same with Gilliman. Like the two of them are just disgustingly good for their points costs. You know, but Gilliman can just hide because he's less than 10 wounds. So he can just kind of hide behind everyone, and you can't shoot him. And then when you eventually kill him on a D6 4-up, he comes back with D6 wounds. Like, that's beyond scary. So it's going to be hard to do 9, or think he has 9 wounds first, and then you have to do an additional d6. So he's extremely good first points, guys. And then Death Guard guy as well. Beyond powerful too. So what I'm seeing in tournaments is that people are just, especially doubles tournaments, one guy brings Gilliman, one guy brings Morty. The opponents just go, all right, good game. We can't fight that at this point level. So it's kind of interesting that GW has made 2 such pretty much broken, What else? I'm trying to make an Imperial Knight list, but Imperial Knights have gotten really expensive, so I'm going to try it one day. It won't be the most competitive game, I'm thinking, because we'll see. It depends if my opponent can bring enough to take it out. Most competitive armies can. So I also want to run a Knights list in the near future, yes. But my Forge World Knights now are, it's literally all 3 Knights add up to, my 3 Forge World Knights are 1,500 points. So I don't think I'll run all 3. I'm not a big fan of the Acheron anymore with his 2d6 hits. That was kind of hits pretty badly, because it used to be the Flamer Template of Doom. Now it's 2d6 hits, so you roll on average 7, but it could be 2. I'd probably instead take a Paladin or something. Or, yeah. There we go. I'll have to clean up that. I missed it. Adam, once again, you missed a spot. Good. Any purity seals on him? Yep, there's one there. I don't know, but I don't really like the censoring of models. I don't like that. Because for an event, like what Dave runs for Brawl in the Hall, that's okay, because it's an event, it's not a tournament. Events can have their own rules. Well, tournaments can have their own rules, too. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. What do you guys think about the censoring of models? Which models can be used, which ones can't? But as I said, there are a couple models right now that are just stupid. And if someone brings it to it, it's just the auto-include you put in to a small points list, and then your opponent has no way of dealing with him. It's like every Ultramarines player runs Gilliman right now. Every Death Guard player runs Morty. I don't know if you can hear my girlfriend blowing her nose upstairs. Perfect, like this. So these guys, the reds will be done soon. I will, there's only 3 guys. As I said, it won't take me very long to get these guys done. And on the tabletop, which is good, I am gonna have to make their bases first and then adhere them to it. Because they don't sit well on their bases, I find you have to like actually glue them to their bases. And then down to 2 more Primaris Marines, which is good. So that means I've painted, 20 models in a month. It's not what I used to do years, I used to do 20 in a week. But obviously times have changed, circumstances have changed, and you do with what you can. So, but if you could paint, if I could get rid of 20, or not get rid of, paint 20 models a month, every month, that'd be pretty sweet. I would run out of models to paint eventually, and isn't that kind of all of our goals, to have all of our models painted? It'll never happen for me, never, it's a pipe dream. As long as GW continues to make awesome models and stuff. But at least I know this month I definitely painted significantly more models than I purchased. And then I will keep painting, get all my Primaris Marines done first, and then I said I don't know what next. I'll just probably grab a model that I really want in my battle reports and just paint it. Maybe some Space Marine vehicles. I just gotta I gotta thin down a little more red. Maybe some Space Marine vehicles, like a Vindicator, or Land Speeder Storm. I have those models that I can paint up. Some Razorbacks and Rhinos, except you can't put Primaris Marines in Razorbacks or Rhinos, so maybe not. Maybe I'll focus more on vehicles that I can bring for my Primaris Marines. I don't know if maybe one day I'll pick up that new vehicle. Yeah, this is kind of like the Flying Land Raider. We'll see. What else? I want the Aggressor Squad, eventually. I'm not the biggest fan. I think the Reaver Squad is the guys with the knives. I'm not the biggest fan of them, to be honest. What do you guys think of the new Primaris Marines? That's the other question to you. What do you think? I'm going to try them out for a couple of battle reports, see how they do. Obviously give them a fair shot. Try them out. The Aggressor Squad's cool. It's an elite choice, and they have a bit of firepower if they stand still. Yeah. Purity Seal, right there. Cool. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I really want to try out a bunch of lists. I'm building lists and various armies and just want to try them out, and that means I really want to get back into filming battle reports because I can try them out and have a good time. I did Tyranids. They were fun. And then I'll try some Marines in the near future. Of course, I want to get these guys painted first. That's the key. I really don't like using unpainted models. I do it occasionally. Like I used like 5 unpainted Gene Stealers in my last battle report. And then I will done. So I'll hit the symbols with a shade. And then start highlighting up the eyes. I'm going to take some Caribou Crimson and shade the chest symbols and the purity seals. Perfect. Good. There we go, another one. Of course, there's only 3 models, so it doesn't take very long to go through a color on each one. Yeah, I'll pay for another like 10 minutes. And then call it a day. I've been painting, it's been good. Look at this. So, yeah. Good. Look at that. So another step done. It's not going to take each step very long. And then I'm going to airbrush the back and give it a bit of a smoky, like dusted appearance on the vents and stuff. At the very end. That's cool. All right, next color. While the symbols are drying, I'm going to use some Evil Sun Scarlet. Paint the shoulder pads and start the eyes. Start highlighting up the eyes. I do 3 reds on the eyes and then a white dot. Just make it look like the reflection. Painting with reds is probably my least favorite color to paint with. Just because red is it seems like it's such a messy color. It kind of gets everywhere. Maybe it's just me. But, Hope this video doesn't get flagged for inappropriate conversation. I don't know how it would, but I thought that was really funny. As I said, apparently I gotta be less offensive. I gotta tone down my language. These done. I intentionally try to keep some different reds on the same model. Like the chest symbols won't be highlighted up, so they'll be a darker red. I've highlighted up these reds a little bit, and the eyes will have a few reds in them. That's all good. And so now the eyes. You just take your time and do a little, and just build it up towards the center. Eye. Good. See? Start build up the color. instead of red. Let's get going. All I do is I keep with the same brush, because I use 2 different brushes when doing the red, so whatever one I was touching last, I go to the next one. Switch brushes, continue. I know, not terribly exciting stuff. That's okay. One day, I would love to figure out if I can do, like, through Facebook or something, some live painting with Jays. That'd be kind of cool. Cool. Chestnut is already dry. It's pretty dry in this house right now, so good stuff. Last weekend was nice getting all I went for that nice hike in Algonquin. I wanted to see a moose. I didn't. That was my goal. I really want to see a moose. I like seeing the moose because they're huge. Like, if you've ever seen a moose in real life, they are big. I used to work with elk and a couple species of deer, red deer, fallow deer, sika deer. But moose are huge. Like, you see a moose and you're like, whoa. And they are just big animals. And then I also wanted to feed the gray jays. That was also unsuccessful. They weren't out and about. Another one done. 46 minutes. Cool. I've been painting for just under an hour. This is my hour of the day. And so these guys are now shaded. I've shaded my captain. And I'm working on the reds. So all I need to do left is reds, of course, and the metallics. And cut in with my gray liner as I normally do. And they'll be done. In no time. Cool. All I gotta do is eyes. And then, oh, yeah, these guys are gonna be cool on the battlefield. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to take some Wild Rider Red now and repeat on the eyes. And probably call it soon after that. That vehicle's it's a floor sweep. It's a really big sweeper vehicle's going through. Perfect. I'm having a good time. This is good. I'm glad that if I can get these guys done way before next week, I'll start on my captain. And so my goal for next week's painting with Jay is just to be working on the captain. Take my time on him. I'll usually put a few hours of work into him, and especially on his cape and stuff. And get that all nice. So this part I'm just going to focus on the very front of the eye. Good. working with such thin amounts of paint, it dries so quickly. It's kind of nice. There we go. Cool. Then let's take a little bit of white, which I'm going to clean up just quickly. There's one little corner I really want to fix. Oops. I made a mistake. That's okay. Alright, let's take some white. I'm going to use some Ghost White from Reaper, because I like that little white, the cold tint to it. And put a little white dot in each of their eyes in the corner. And then the eyes will be done. Yep, I like it. Brings in life. All right. A little too big of a dot on that eye, but that's okay. I'll clean that up. That one's okay. Let's quickly clean up that one. Good. And then the last one. Try to use him. Yep. Cool. As one of my new coworkers would say, cool beans. She says it a lot. It's kind of her catchphrase. Done. Good. It's a little large. No, whatever. That's good. All good. So I'm gonna call it now because I got another color scheme. I got another color done. I'm gonna say color pattern done, but it's okay. So I'm gonna end now here. All right, so I can lose another painting with Jay. Hope you got some stuff done and you're ridding your world of unpainted models. That's what we're here to do. I've got my 3 more Primaris Marines working on their way, and they'll be done before next week. That's what matters. So next time you see them, they'll be gone, ready on the battlefield, looking good. Can't wait to get them all into a battle report. It's going to be fun. And then I'll just turn around and paint more models. You know, I don't really know what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to keep going. Just grab something, build something, paint something. Keep busy. Keep our hands always busy. And that way you're always working towards the goal of having no more painted models. Or sorry, unpainted models. If that'll ever happen. So, stay tuned for more videos. As always, this is a free content video, so huge thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. As you see, their names go by my head. And if you want to help support my free videos, specifically my battle reports and codex reviews, please check out the link in the description below. Stay tuned for more vids. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting with me.